Hey, what's going on everybody? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to another marathon video. And in today's video, Bungie has finally talked about the most important thing, and I think a very important thing just overall to the game in general, and that is networking and security. How are they gonna be tackling the cheaters, since the cheaters has been such an issue in Destiny 2? Especially because of the game that Marathon is, dying to a cheater and losing all your stuff there is definitely more frustrating than it would be to die somebody just in a random match of Destiny 2. And they posted a video as well as an article, so we're gonna be going over them and just kind of seeing basically everything that they're talking about and how they're gonna be handling all their bans, their security, all of that, everything to do with just keeping the cheaters out the game. So let me hit play here and let's take a look at this one. So the video itself didn't really have too much, so let's actually take a look at the article and what we have here. So Marathon dedicated servers are fully authoritative on key combat and looting actions, providing a layer of protection against cheating. New networking systems allow your movement and actions to feel responsive, while the server carefully tracks each bullet to a target even with high packet loss. Fog of War limits the regions of a map that individual player clients have knowledge of, limiting the effectiveness of wall hacks, ESP cheats, and loot revealers. We built our game on security stack from the ground up for Marathon, in addition to our extra layer of protection provided by BattlEye. If you lose connection mid-run, you can reconnect and continue playing the run. If your connection recovery fails due to an issue with the Bungie server or network infrastructure, we will attempt to return the loot to you. And anyone found to be cheating will be permanently banned from Marathon forever. No second chances, you get one chance. If they find you cheating, you're banned. Now, is this gonna be like a hardware ban? They don't really say anything about that. It's probably just banning your account. Product security is never fully solved, and we'll continue to invest in our game security systems. This all here sounds pretty good. I'm actually kind of interested in what this Fog of War is and how it like limits some of the cheats that do get through. Especially how it limits like wall hacks and things like that. And they do have a special section for that, so we'll look at that in just a second. But let's first start with the dedicated server and networking. In Marathon, the dedicated server is fully authoritative over movement, shooting, actions, and inventory. The new server authority means that the invalid client actions will be rejected without impacting our players or experiences. This protects the gameplay experience against exploits such as teleporting, unleaded ammo, or damage manipulation. This allows your movement and actions to feel immediate and responsive in the moment, but the server can correct your view of the world to match what actually happened if it needs to. Our new high performance network model includes server-side adjustments of every hit, with shot tracking and redundant transmissions to reduce the effect of package loss and ensure that every bullet lands. This allows you to hit your shots reliably on enemy players, even when they're rapidly in and out of cover, while you're compensating for bullet travel time. It also means that players with good internet connection can be shot behind cover, and that's pretty good. Lastly, we invest in a global network of data centers to provide players with a network experience that is low latency and responsive for most players. Now here's the Fog of War system that I actually was really interested about. The Marathon Fog of War system runs on the game server to limit the region of the map that players have knowledge of based on what they should be able to sense in their surroundings. This helps keep gameplay secure from exploits that reveal location of items and the contents of containers. It also helps keep your position hidden from other players' clients, reducing the effectiveness of wall hacks and ESP cheats. I don't know if I'm super familiar with ESP cheats, but keeping people from just being able to see you across the map with wall hacks, those sound pretty nice. And it's just an extra thing that they're putting on top, to try to make it a little bit harder for people to actually cheat. In addition to the server-side security measures listed above, we invested in several client-side security upgrades. We use a combination of third-party game security software plus additional proprietary security layers, many of which are new to Marathon. Okay, so things that we've never seen before. Our security includes both user mode and kernel mode components. Game security is a never-ending arms war with bad actors. This means sharing details about methodologies for protecting our games can inform these bad actors how to defeat them. With that in mind, we hope this high-level snapshot gives you an idea of how we are addressing client security. So, they're not gonna tell us exactly how they work, because since that will actually give the cheat makers an idea of how to actually defeat the anti-cheat. But it seems that they're taking they cheating a lot more serious than they did in Destiny 2. And with a game like this, you kind of have to. If this game is riddled with cheaters and you're constantly dying to cheaters and you're just constantly losing your loot, then the game is just gonna be terrible. No matter how good like the gameplay is, if you're constantly dying to cheaters and you can't actually play the game normally, that doesn't really matter. Our servers are constantly collecting data on everything the player is doing. This telemetry is run through our backend analysis system to look for unusual gameplay patterns and anomalies. Our security analysts are working hard to ensure a level playing field across the board on all supported client platforms and input devices. So even if you see something suspect slip through in the moment, we might catch it later after a deeper deep dive and issue a ban accordingly. I wonder if they do ban an account and you die to that cheater, I wonder if they will give you like your loot back. Like you'll get that back since you died to a cheater, and that's just kind of like an unfair debt. Because I definitely think that should be something that they should give you back, because there's nothing that you could really do there. Connection recovery. When you're in the middle of a high stakes run, losing your network connection can lead to a life or death situation. If you crash or get disconnected, your shell will remain in game world and can be protected by your crew. Restart your network connection if needed and launch back into the game, and you'll be able to reconnect to your shell and complete your run. In the event that an error occurs with the Bungie server or the network infrastructure, connection recovery may not be possible. We will attempt to ensure that any players affected by the error will have their starting gear returned to them. Note, gear refund only applies to the subset of server error conditions and will not cover gameplay losses due to internal connectivity or client-side problems. So if your connection is at fault instead of the server, you won't get your gear back, which I think is fair enough. Over the time, you might fill your weapons with gear or anything else of value you acquire on Tau Ceti 4. We take your investments of time seriously. We'll strive to keep all your progress safe and protected from item duplication and other economic cheats. Oh, I wonder if something like that is gonna happen eventually, and how they actually end up dealing with that if that does actually happen. We did see something like that recently happen with Arc Raiders, and they just kind of issued mostly warnings, a couple of bans, but mostly warnings, at least to the people that just kind of took advantage of it economically. The people that actually went around and killed people did get banned, but for the most part, there were a lot of warnings. And lastly, they're committed to the ongoing service. Of course, taking on cheaters is not a thing that they just do at the beginning, and then they just kind of call it a day. It's always going to be something they're going to have to keep improving on, because a game like this with cheaters is going to be a game that just kind of dies. We're taking a strong stance against cheating, and anyone found to be cheating or developing cheats will be permanently banned from playing Marathon forever. No second chances. That said, no system is perfect, so we will have an appeal system to monitor any issues with detection. So if you do get mistakenly banned, you will be able to appeal it. But very cool thing. I was actually really waiting for this article or video about this, because this was one of the main concerns that I had with Marathon. Just how they were going to handle the cheating. Because, coming from Destiny 2, the cheating is definitely an issue, and we've seen some crazy things happen with cheating in that game. So hopefully the cheating will be actually dealt with a lot better in Marathon than it is in Destiny 2. Destiny 2 has its own problems because of the way that game kind of like functions, and I mean, it didn't have anti-cheat to begin with. That was actually added later on, so that probably limits the way that the anti-cheat can actually work. But regardless, let me not get into the Destiny 2 thing. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about just how Bungie's tackling the cheating issue problem. I guess we haven't really seen it yet. It's not really a problem yet, but how Bungie is preventing the cheating in Marathon. Are you guys excited for Marathon? Are you guys going to be playing the server slam? I'm definitely going to be trying out later this week, and definitely expect a couple videos. Anyways, thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.